Is God black or is he white? Today on Word on a Plate, we draw our knowledge from the scriptures to address this case and hopefully provide clarity concerning a controversial topic such as this one. The Apostle John, one of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ, was commanded to write a book called Revelation, which contains prophecies and affirmations of the past, present and future concerning the world, with many groundbreaking events that have taken place already and many others to unfold. By God's authority, John was given the privilege to see visions of the mysteries of heaven and beyond time-space. One particular thing he saw was Jesus Christ sitting on a throne in heaven. This is found in the very first chapter of the book of Revelation and at verses 13 to 15. It describes Jesus being clothed down to the foot and his chest wrapped with a golden girdle. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool and as snow. His eyes are as a flame of fire, and his feet like fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And at that particular part of scripture is where we'll zoom in our focus. Many religious sects have concluded that when the scripture mentions the one sitting on the throne having hair white like wool and feet like brass, convince them to believe God is black, be it that black people are the only people with woolly textured hair. But that couldn't be any further away from the truth, as it's the same as saying God is white, be it that in that same verse it said his head was white like snow. If we focus on the text in that particular scripture concerning what John saw, he was focusing on the color of the hair being white, and not saying his hair was a woolly texture, but rather the color of wool. If we should imagine a man with a white head with white hairs on it, and brass feet, we'd assume God is multicolored, and that is foolish talk. But rather it's easier to understand. John saw an expression of God identifying himself using similitudes, or as we call it, parables. One example of this is found in Revelation chapter 5, where John saw a lamb in heaven standing as though it were slain. By wisdom we understand no dead lamb can be in heaven, since animals do not possess a soul. And secondly, in the book of 1 Corinthians 15 it teaches us flesh and blood cannot be in heaven. But we understand the dead lamb was just a similitude of Jesus' crucifixion. Therefore the same can be said about the head and hairs being white like wool, to be interpreted as God identifying as the Ancient of Days, since white or gray hairs are said to be the crown of the old. Jesus expressed himself as all those things with deep meaning behind them, seeing those things are connected to the works he did and is doing now, and not the literal figure John saw. We do agree when Jesus walked as a man he was of color, being a Jew, but God the Almighty is a spirit and not a man, and spirits do not have a nationality, so they are neither black nor white or of any other ethnic group. I hope this video gives you clarity, and if you want to see more videos like this, like, subscribe and leave a comment on what Bible story or topic I should do next.